Today, we're going to talk more about public outreach and education and start to explore different ways of sharing the results of our research and getting feedback and keeping our stakeholder community involved. That's both the people who are involved in helping us with the research and the people who might be interested or benefit from the products of our research. So again, I'm going to fall back on my experience as a museum archaeologist and talk a little bit about how we typically keep our stakeholders and publics informed and our responsibilities to that community. And then we're going to talk especially about how social media, blogs, podcasts, websites, and videos, what today's reading, Banke 2017, refers to as new media, how those can help us while physically distancing. So I have an example for you today, a reading from my friends, Matt Reeves and Terry Brock, who are archaeologists at James Madison's Montpelier in Virginia. They have a large archaeological department and a big public archaeology program, public in the sense that they hold both field schools and what they call expeditions, where they welcome people who aren't necessarily interested in training to become archaeologists, but want to participate in the research project. Expeditions welcome those people to assist with the fieldwork process. But they're also public archaeologists in the sense that their digs are happening in front of a museum audience. And that's the same that I experience every summer at Strawbery Banke. I enjoy it because it's a real opportunity to show hundreds and thousands of visitors every year that living history is truly in process, like we're still learning about what happened in history. It may have already been written, but there's still more to learn. Of course, that's not happening this year. That first step in demonstrating the data gathering and research process of live observation and live participation from field school and other community member participants off the table. Some other ways that I typically keep our community members involved are by holding open lab days and inviting volunteers and museum visitors and community members into the lab to see what happens after field work. There's a lot of processing and cataloging and researching of artifacts that goes on after the field process. And then typically we hold exhibit openings, live lectures, and tours, all of which are in-person opportunities to show constituents the results of archaeological research. However, even though this is an era of physical distancing, archaeologists have already implemented different tools of sharing our results, because of course we want to get engagement from people who might never come to Portsmouth or who are interested in coming to an academic lecture. Social media is an important tool that helps keep people engaged, not just in scientific research that you or your organization might be doing, but everything else that the organization does. So you can see, the followers can see how it fits into the larger picture of your organization or your research's mission. Social science researchers also use blogs and podcasts to present longer form versions of the research process and research results in lieu of public or academic lectures. In lieu of tours, we can use videos to demonstrate both the process and the results of our research findings. And during physical distancing, we can hold Zoom, either asynchronous or synchronous lectures and forums and conferences. For today's exercise, I've linked you to some different versions of both participatory and broadcasting methods of sharing the results of social science research. And then I'm also introducing you today to a tool from ArcGIS Online. ArcGIS is a GIS software provider, and it's a pretty complex program, but their online version is a little more user-friendly. And they created an application called Story Maps that allows people to prepare a map with lots of text, pictures, photographs, graphic details, and guide website visitors through space, kind of like the article we read for yesterday, to share their research project and their research results. So I've linked you to both a list of ArcGIS's favorite story maps over the past year. They're like top 10. And then also to a story map that is near and dear to us members of an organization called the Indigenous New Hampshire Collaborative Collective, which is a project that aims to decolonize New Hampshire's history and introduce some Indigenous narratives. And as one of our tools in that process, we've created an Indigenous New Hampshire story map. So take a look at that. And tomorrow I will guide you through the process of preparing your own very basic story map for you to feature the locational data that you collected in your crowdsourcing research project from yesterday.